Good evening, friends. If you're new here, my name is Lena. Welcome to the channel. I hope you stick around and press like if you like content like this. So to get started, I've been getting some questions in reference to like how do I do things with my kids and working from home and having 4 children. If you don't know, my children are going to school one week and then they're off the next week. When they are in school, they are only going till 12 o'clock. So it is very hard right now with their different schedules and stuff. And I am adjusting as they just started last week. And it is trial and error. However, when I dedicate time to my work, I am dedicated to my work as they are paying me for the 8 hours. When I'm dedicating time to my children, which you're always going to be a mom and you're always gonna have to multitask and do things for your children, I feel like I am able to multitask in that time. However, the way that I am able to achieve so many different things throughout the day is one, by making sure I stick to one thing at a time. For example, if I'm at work, I'm at work. And while there are some interruptions as they are home doing the long distance learning certain times, I just try to keep an ear open for them. If they can try to do it on their own, I try to encourage them to do it on their own if there's something that they need, which sometimes they do, as my Wi-Fi is a little iffy sometimes. I'm not sure if you guys are experiencing that. It seems that, I guess, since we're all home and using our internet, and then if everybody is home, like in, our town, the internet is a little bit slower. We do have a higher capacity, but it still sometimes kicks us out and stuff like that. But we just have to be patient with it and understand that it's just a hard time for everybody and we're just adjusting. That's doing my work schedule and doing my daily routine. However, at night, or like let's say before work, I do try to do certain things that help me out with my day. I make my bed, I make sure my coffee's there. I try to make sure, usually when I sit down, I don't really get up much unless it's to use the bathroom or to get something to eat. And even to get something to eat, I try to keep it close to my desk. I do have a little setup in my room. I had surgery in December where they removed my gallbladder, and my husband had purchased me a little refrigerator for our room. We have like a little fireplace set up, and in that there's a space for a small refrigerator. So in there I keep like certain snacks or juices and stuff like that that will help me throughout the day. Some yogurt as well, some cottage cheese, and different things that can keep me going. Then when I do get up, it's for an actual meal or to use the bathroom. I find that helps me because when I'm dedicating my and giving my full attention to my job, then if there's an emergency or something that I can, I can't multitask with, or I have to get away, then it's not so bad, because I focus so much on my job. During the nighttime, I try to also focus on certain things. For example, if I'm cooking, okay, I'm focused in the kitchen. I'm cooking, I'm doing the dishes as I go, I'm wiping certain things as I go. After we eat dinner, my kids are assigned chores. For example, my youngest one is to clean the table. My oldest son is to do the dishes and certain things like that, which help us, maintain the house mostly clean. However, again, while I'm in the kitchen and we're cooking and doing different things like that, we're focused in the kitchen. So we're focused in that area and making sure that that area is clean. If it's something that I'm making, for example, in the oven, and I can step away for a little bit, then like I'll go to the living room, wipe some things down, take care of the animals a little bit, and different things like that. And that just helps me stick to the task at hand and making sure that certain areas are clean at certain times. In the morning when I get up, again, I try to make my bed. I try to make sure I have my stuff ready to eat. I try to make sure I'm showered and dressed and ready to go if anything's, because usually I'm on the go. Like if I'm not home working, then I'm on the go. So I want to make sure that when I get up in the morning, I'm dressed. Unless it's like a really down day where it's raining outside, I don't have any appointments, I don't have anywhere to go, then I'm obviously home and like in comfy pajamas or comfy yoga pants. But if I know it's a day that I have to do some errands after work, or I have to stop in the middle and go do something, come back like in a rush, and making sure I'm using the most of my time, then I am always getting dressed in the morning and making sure I'm ready, making sure my hair is done, making sure I have at least some socks on, some pants on, some decent shirts on, and just go. It doesn't have to be crazy. Like I don't have to wear a tux or anything like that, or a dress, or anything extravagant. I just try to be comfortable yet dressed for the day, depending on what it is that I have to do. Another thing that I do is make sure I assign, like I said, certain times to certain things. So for example, if okay, dinner, we cook at like usually like every other day, every 3 days, depending. We try to batch cook and make sure we make extra. So on days that are extra busy, we don't have to cook, or on days that I'm tired from the day or anything like that, that we have food set aside. So on days that I am not extremely tired, but I'm not cooking either, I'll put on like some laundry, or I'll mop, or I'll clean the bathrooms or something like that. I'll focus on something else to make sure that that area is clean. You have 7 days in a week. So even if, like, let's say you have one day where you're tired and you just want to chill, or 2 days, you still have 6 or 5 other days where you can tackle other things. We're always doing something. I have, if you don't know already, I have 3 dogs and 2 birds. I have my 4 children, which keep me busy all the time, and that's just the way I do it. And it's hard, like, to answer everybody's questions when it comes to children and maintaining a home while working, or even maintaining a home while you're not working and you're a homemaker. I think it's different for everybody. You have to tailor and do things a little bit different to fit your needs. But I think that for me, what works best is just having certain times designated for certain things, like I said, if I'm not working, I'm working. If I'm home, I'm home. If I'm supposed to be doing errands, then I'm doing errands. Like, I'm not doing everything at once, because I feel like when I focus on so many things at once, something's not getting done, like something's falling through the cracks. And I'd rather have one area that is really clean, instead of having everything that's a little bit messy. Like, I don't like a mess. I don't like a messy kitchen. I don't like a messy bathroom. And like, let's say for me, the easiest is the living room. So like, if I know I have some time during the week, I'll go ahead and tackle the living room. It's so easy, just takes me a few minutes, like vacuuming, dusting, like whatever it is that I need to do is the easiest to clean off. Like, I'll have one of the kids help me or something. My kids do chores. Like I said, they're assigned to certain things. However, they also do get money for doing extra things that are not assigned to them. For example, mopping the kitchen. And if I find myself very busy, that I can't mop the kitchen, then like I'll pay them $1 for mopping the kitchen. And they actually really do like it and appreciate it. In the same hand, when it comes to kids, there's two things. You are teaching them a valuable lesson of independence and being able to do things for themselves, which I think they go hand in hand, but it's a little bit different. Independence could be, they can go out on their own, hire somebody, or they can just do it for themselves. And I think it's a great thing to teach your kids that they can do things on their own, that they're able to take a task and achieve it on their own, even if they don't do so great, that they learn. And over time, you get better, just like you do. Like, it gets better with practice. And I think with them doing something for the house like that and learning something, and then on top of that getting paid, I think it's a 2-in-1, and it's a win-win. When they do it, I prefer, like, I'm very picky with certain things. I prefer certain things a certain way. Like, for example, like I'll vacuum and then I'll mop and then I'll vacuum again. I'm not gonna ask my kids to do that. I'm not gonna ask them to be extreme like me. And like, I don't like hair on my kitchen floor. And like I said, I have dogs, so I want to make sure I'm vacuuming after them and stuff like that, even after I mop. But I'm not gonna ask them to do. I'll ask them, like, let's say I'll like vacuum first and then mop, and then I'll pay you for it. And even if they don't do so great, at least it's cleaner than it was initially. Another thing that helps me a lot is my batch cooking. A lot of people have issues with eating the same thing over and over, or heat it up. The one suggestion or advice that I have is, you don't have to eat the same thing over and over. You can cook different meals and just cook, a lot of it that's going to last you multiple meals. So let's say, for example, one day you cook, I don't know, rice and chicken, which is something that we do here, rice, beans, chicken. Then the next day you could do like a soup or meatballs or whatever it is. Cook both a lot, and then you'll have 2 other days full of meals. You'll have another day with leftovers of rice and chicken and beans, and then you have another day of meatballs and pasta or whatever it is. So you can alternate, and then you don't have to do it all the time. Like, you don't have to cook one day and eat the leftovers the next day. What do you think happens when you go to the grocery store? Things are cooked and they're frozen. You can do the same thing. Like, I feel like people are so scared when it comes to food. Like, don't be nervous about it. It's trial and error. Um, do whatever works for you, and just focus on one thing at a time. Like, if you're focusing on making extras for that day, just focus on making those things. Like, it gets overwhelming, I think. Like, I mean, some people, it works great when they're batch cooking all in a day and they can prepare. I think that's great. We used to do that as well, but I felt like it was too much if I was dedicating like one whole Sunday to cooking. Like, I feel like I was losing my day just in cooking, and I don't like that. I don't like making things a chore. So instead, it's like, we'll cook one day, we'll cook for 2 days, we'll do the same thing the next day, and then whenever I'm tired that week, I know I have leftovers. I know I have something in the refrigerator to eat. Another thing is, like, switch it up a little bit. If you make, like I said, rice, beans, and chicken, make the next day like rice and chicken, and instead of making it sauteed, put it, after you sauteed it and if it's been in the refrigerator, just throw it in the air fryer, and you have fried chicken with rice instead of just rice with sauteed meat. Make a salad, make a potato salad, make some tostones, make something a little bit different just to spice it up a little bit. And that goes a long way. It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be tedious. It doesn't have to be something that you do every day. It's just something to help you. I feel like it's such a great thing to have food at home. Hashtag you have food at home. Because if you're out there, like, let's say I go food shopping and I'm tired because I've gone to 3 stores already and it's taking a lot of time, and I'm still with my kids and I'm hauling stuff in, washing it, putting it away, and all these things. I don't want to cook after that. I mean, it's great if you do. I don't. So what I do is I pop out one of those meals that I cooked previously, and there I'll have food shopping done. My stuff will be put away, and on top of that, I didn't spend extra money on eating out because I have food at home. You can make it to tailor. You can tailor it to meet your needs. You can buy food, as you prefer, like whatever it is that you like, and just fit some meals in there and cook extra. If it works for you better to do everything in one day, then go for it. It is whatever works for you. I think the ultimate goal is, for me at least, to save money, to have peace of mind, and to make sure that I get some rest in between. I don't want to get overwhelmed. I do work well under pressure. However, it depends on, like, if it's just like cooking, like I'm not into that. I'm not a chef. I'm not into cooking every day. If I have other things to do, which as a parent, you always have something else to do, I just feel like it's better to, save yourself some time and save the frustration of, one, spending money, because that frustrates me. I hate, like, if I could have saved, $50, let's say, because we bought McDonald's, like, that frustrated me. One, I'm not feeding my kids and my husband good, and two, I spent money that I could have put towards my mortgage payment, or I could have put towards savings. And I don't mind spending money to use towards things that make me happy. If I need something or want something, it's okay to save for it and buy it, essentially. But then if you're saving for something that you want, and you're gonna spend that money on that, and then you're also spending on something that you don't want or don't need just because you're in a pinch and you don't have time, then you're spending double the money. So where's the savings? I feel like you have to align your values with your goals, and align your actions with your goals, because it's okay to spend money on things. Like, we're gonna be spending a whole bunch of money on our mortgage. We're gonna be spending money on vacations, God willing, after this virus goes away, and that's something that I'm working towards. But if I'm spending every day on coffee, if I'm spending every day on eating out, if I'm spending every day on doing my nails, that all adds up over time. And it's not that you don't want to do it or that you can't do it. Is you have to align it with your values. Like, if you rather save your money, if you rather go on vacation, then how are we gonna get there? I mean, by all means, if you can do it all, then do it all. I rather go on vacation. I'd rather see my savings grow. I'd rather pay off this house. I feel like it's such a huge deal for me. I don't know why. I'm 33 years old, and I feel like I'm getting older. I don't think I'm old, but I feel like I'm getting older, and I feel like it's a right time. It's a good time for me to start. I mean, we were doing it before, but I feel like right now, I want to go all in, and we were saving money before as well, and that doesn't change, but I do want to prioritize. Like, there's different times we prioritize for different things, and that's how your journey is going to be. There's always going to be something different that you're saving for. especially after you achieve a goal, there's always something else that you want to work towards. There's multiple things, like there's Christmas coming up, right? You're saving up for that. There's Thanksgiving coming up. You're saving up for that. If you buy your kids costumes for, excuse me, if you buy your kids costumes for Halloween, you're saving up for that. So it's always something. So I feel like if you have these things that you want to achieve, and you want to have a nice Halloween, a nice Thanksgiving, a nice Christmas, it's not always about spending a lot of money, but if you budget for those things, save it ahead of time, then you're not struggling and putting it on credit cards. You're not giving away your money in interest. And I feel like, to me, that's more important than doing all these little extra things. Another thing that people ask me is, like, we do want to eat out sometimes. Like, how do you fit that in? One thing we used to do is we used to go to McDonald's. Like, if, let's say my kids wanted McDonald's once in a blue, which I don't think is the best for anyone. But if, you crave it or whatever it is, fine, it's up to you. What we used to do is we used to buy the food in McDonald's. Like, so for example, my kids wanted cheeseburger and chicken nuggets. My husband wanted a meal, blah, 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 whatever. What we would do was buy the chicken nuggets, buy the cheeseburger, buy the sandwiches and all that. But then we would use the drinks from home. So we would drink water at home. We would drink juice at home, whatever it is. Normally we don't drink juices or sodas. But if that's something we wanted, we would have it at home. And we would just drink that. My kids like milk. They'll drink that. So that's one way of, just a little bit of savings instead of paying for the drinks. Then McDonald's came out. I don't know if they still have it or if it was just for a time. They had whatever size drink for $1. We would buy a large drink and share it. And it's okay for you to alternate things and to put things or to like to tailor things to your family. No one's out here paying your rent. No one's out here, working for you while you're not working. They're not paying your mortgage. They're not buying your clothes. You can tailor things to fit your needs. What matters is what works for you. So what works for you? If you want to go out one day to eat, okay, what can you cut off so that you don't, you can put that towards savings and then still go out to eat? What can you put off so that you can achieve your goals and at the same time live life? Because life is going to happen. I mean, you don't want to miss out on everything. That's why you have to, like, literally write down your goals and see what is important to you. Family time is very important to me, and I really want to incorporate travel in there, as well as paying my mortgage. So what can I do? How can I make my goals happen? How can I make my goals become reality? What do I need to change in order to get there? What sacrifices do I need to make? What sacrifices do I even want to make to get there? And it's about planning ahead and making sure I tailor my life and my spending and my saving to my needs. Again, it's all about you. It could be different for you. Whatever you value and whatever I value might be different, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm not working for you. You're not paying me, or I'm not paying your bills. I'm just here sharing my experience, and I feel like it's whatever works for you. If you want to go out, let's say, I don't know, and do your nails, which I normally do my nails for the summer, that's fine. Budget for it. Don't put it on a credit card. Don't pay the interest on it. If you don't have the money for it, don't do it. However, if that's something that you really want to do, how can you fit that into your budget? What sacrifices do you need to make? What needs to change in order for you to get that done, so that you are getting your nails done? In the same hand, you are also paying your bills and saving. You don't want to go ahead and go get your nails done if you don't have money in the bank. You're paying it on a credit card, and then you're overdrawing your account or whatever it is. Like, those scenarios don't go together. If your bills are not paid on time, if you're getting like a shut off notice, you shouldn't be going out. You shouldn't be getting your nails done. You shouldn't be, doing all those extra things. And it's fine. Like, some people are okay with that. I'm not going to tell you that's okay, because it's not okay. There's no reason why your nails should be done while you're scared that someone's going to come shut off your light. There's no reason why you should be going out if the way that you're getting to go out is by you overdrawing your account. Makes no sense. You're paying overdraft fees for you to go to have a good time. Like, are you serious? I think it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of growing up. Like, I think there comes a time in life when you have to just grow up and become an adult. And it might sound a little bit weird and tough and rough and mean for me to say, but I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'm willing to help and be someone's friend. A friend is not someone who always sucks up to you and tells you that everything is okay and that everything you do is fine and go for it. And yes, you know, you can spend $1,000 when you only have 500. You'll pay next. It's all good. I'm not gonna be that person. I am gonna be the person though who, once we speak about something and we go over certain things, it's like, oh, okay, maybe this is better. How about you try this? Or what do you think about this? I'm not gonna tell you to do what I do, you know, or do it my way, because again, it's different for everybody. But I'm not gonna lie to you, and I am gonna suggest, if you're asking for my suggestion and opinion, I'm gonna suggest and give my opinion, and then you go from there. It's up to you what you choose to do. Again, I mean, I guess you should know by now, I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan. I recently started going into like the fire movement and just finding out different ideas. You know, certain things work for certain people. So it's just finding out what works for you. I feel like the only way bills are paid is by paying them. They're not just gonna pay themselves. I feel like the only way that you have money in the bank is by putting it in the bank into your savings. You know, if you're not making enough, then you need to go out and get additional jobs or additional hustles to be able to have that. And I don't mean illegal hustles. I mean like actual side hustles that bring you income, that are legal, that are going to get you closer to your goal. um I I know it's like all over the place, but I just wanted to give some advice. You know, a lot of people message me and just ask me questions and, you know, ask me for ideas and advice, especially like a lot of moms and even guys who have families, just trying to see how they can get their wife on board, or people asking me how do they pay for certain expenses if they don't have the money, or how can they stop spending, or how do I manage with having kids, or like, let me tell you a secret. When I first started, my husband didn't like leftovers. My husband didn't like the budgeting ideas of it. He said he works hard. Why should he save his money? Why shouldn't he spend it? But then seeing our savings accounts grow and seeing that, yeah, you can spend money. You know, you can have an allowance or a budget or a certain category for yourself. That's fine. You know, by all means, I think everybody should, if you work, you should have something set aside for yourself, fun money, or eating out money for your lunches or whatever it is that you need. But that doesn't mean you get to do it every single day. So how can we adjust that so that it makes you happy, it makes you feel like you're actually working and doing okay, but in the same hand that we're saving, so that at the end of the week, you know, our account is not at zero just because you ate out, you know, 7 days. So it's just finding a middle ground and making sure that, again, that things work out best for you, and it aligns with your goals and your ideas. I guess my actions come along with just being a mom, and just being through the struggles and of not having at certain times, and of seeing people who are able to achieve amazing things, and they have a smaller income than me and my husband do, or they have harder circumstances than my husband and I. And, you know, I feel like all things are possible. And I think that you just have to be disciplined and work towards it. And even if it's a little bit at a time, you'll get there, you know. And there's so many things that have changed for us, and that have manifested for us, and that have worked for us, and that have changed for us, because it's just one foot in front of the other. You know, it wasn't so much of like, for example, telling my husband what to do all the time with the money he was earning. It was more, okay, look what I'm doing with my money and how it's helping us. Or, you know, oh, like, oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to travel? Do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to, like, we're really big on helping for certain things, and tithing. So, okay, you want to help that. Like, how can we achieve more helping of certain people if we're spending so much over here? You know, like, how can we cut back? How can we find a middle ground? And it's been great. He's come over to the dark side, and like, funny story. We went last week somewhere, and I'm like, okay, we'll do that, and then we can go out to. He's like, no, we can do this, and then we can go home. And I thought it was amazing. Like, I was floored. I was shooked. As they say, no, I was shooked. It was a nice feeling, and I love now how we complement each other. how he's on the bandwagon as well, and he's able to, because I'm not perfect by any means, and there's sometimes like I want something, and he's like, no, it's, maybe you can wait, and it doesn't mean like we don't have the money for it or something. He's like, oh, you don't really need that, and if you really want it, fine, you'll get it, but just think about it. And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. It took like 2 years of constantly listening to Dave Ramsey. Like if I'm home, I'm putting him on speaker, and everybody's listening, and just trying to get ourselves educated on different things. And like even my son, he was like, oh, baby step number 2. It was the funniest thing. So yeah, just a little bit of how I do things, how we do things, how we are able to achieve certain things, and just the word of like for real, and just being honest. Things don't get done all the time. You're not always gonna have a perfect home, a perfect budget, a perfect savings account, perfect outfit. Like things will happen. Life will happen. You just have to learn how to plan for the following time. Like, okay, let's say for example, your car insurance is coming up in 6 months. This time around, you're like, shit. It's, I don't know, $1,000 all at once. What can I do next time so that it doesn't all hit me at once? Okay, it's $1,000. It's every 6 months. Let's divide that into 6 months, and maybe 1 month though it's gonna be rough. Okay, double up the following month. Shit happens, life happens. You just learn, you move on, you do what you need to do in order to make it better. You improve. No one's perfect. Just keep on pushing forward and keep on trying again, and keep on doing what works best for you and your family, and keep trying to achieve new levels of prosperity and patience and peace, which to me is huge. Having peace and having a peace of mind. Like, there were times we didn't have money for gas. Period, point blank. We didn't have money for gas, and having to ask people, to lend us money, and being nervous about it not making it to the day that we needed to make it, like to the next paycheck, and that's something I don't wish on anybody, and that's not somewhere I want to be. And even though I'm not there today, I'm not where I want to be, and I want to definitely document this, and be able to share my experience with people, and just laugh along the way, and love on each other along the way, and learn new things along the way, and just excel, and give it our all. Like we're in a time that it's very rough, I think, for everybody. And I think the more that we share, the more that we learn from each other, the more that we love on each other, the easier that it is. Like, because it's hard. It definitely is hard. Especially I think as a parent, and just having all the responsibilities of life, your job, or being unemployed and having kids. Like, it's rough, So what can we do to make it better for the future, for tomorrow? What can we do today that's going to change our tomorrow and just make it a little bit better? One thing that I advise people on my channel, on my Instagram at our next step forward.freedom, is even if you start with just $3 a day, $5 a week, $30 every 2 weeks, whatever it is that you can save, start saving that. Whatever it is that you can put aside, start putting that aside. If you can buy a little bit extra on food shopping and it's on sale, go ahead and buy it. It's just, it's not going, the full-blown hard, Dave Ramsey thing. You can start a little bit at a time, and it's not for my benefit, it's for your benefit and your family's benefit, and I feel like this has definitely changed us and the way that we do things, and the way that our family sees money, and our way that our family sees our future. And I feel more at peace. I feel definitely much better. It's not stressing me out as much as where I was before. Like, now it's more nervousness for the future of like, oh, I'm trying to pay off my mortgage. How can I do this? How can I achieve this as soon as possible without, just, making myself overwhelmed or stressing myself out too much. But just like I'm in that situation doesn't mean like you're in a situation like, oh, you can't pay your bill, but you're working. What can you do to get to a point where you can pay your bills on time every month? How can we get you to get a new car? How can we get you to have gas in your car? How can we get you to not have to order out all the time? Just different tips and ideas and tricks that I think that have helped me, that I'm willing to share, that hopefully can help you. and my husband's coming in. So yeah, I just thought I'd just jump on here and talk a little bit. Hopefully over time you guys get to know me, I get to know you, we get to grow a community, we get to become besties, and just, grow with each other, and be able to inspire each other. I think the world needs a lot of that. I think the world needs a lot of love, especially nowadays with so much going on. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to do what I have to do. One, to make sure my family is okay, to make sure I'm okay, and also to make sure that my extended family and friends are okay, and hopefully we can do this together. I hope you guys can hear me. If you like things like this, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure you like, comment. If you have any questions or concerns, you can definitely message me. It's harder here on YouTube, but again, my channel on my Instagram page is Our Next Step Forward period freedom. We can definitely, it's easier for me. We can definitely chat there. It's easier for me to see the messages there. I'll be posting every week, updates. I will post what we eat in a week. I will also post how much our mortgage lump sum is, how much I hope to pay the first payment, how much we're saving, different things like that, like what we're eating, what we're doing during the week, our cleaning schedules, our animals, just a little bit of everything. I'll try to be as open as possible, as real as possible. I'm not a professional. I'm not perfect. I'm just, a regular person, a regular mom, a regular wife. Just trying to do my best. And I think that's why I want to also come on here, because I know there's a lot of people out there who know way more than me, who've been through way more than me. And I want to learn. I'm very willing to learn. I want to get educated on certain things. I want to grow as a person. I want to grow as a mom and wife. I want to meet new friends, and just hoping that this journey helps me grow and helps my family grow, and that it's the best for us, and that we can get to where we want to be, which is basically freedom. And that's why I call my Instagram that, freedom, because I don't want to be bound to the lender. I want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and be able to provide for my family. So it's been already 32 minutes, so I hope you guys have an amazing day, amazing night, amazing morning. I don't know, wherever you guys are, whenever you guys are listening. I hope you like these kind of things. I'll do a lot of sit downs. You'll get to meet us, definitely get to come along with us. I'll show you, try to share as much as possible. And I hope you have, again, a great night. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you. Have a good night.